Smack 'em a gob, everybody. This is a first ever. On the same day, I got a donation from two people asking for the same thing. This, Kiss Exposed, with Bjørn-Rune Nilsen and Gregory Lalor. They both asked me to do it. So here I am doing it, man. I watched it again. And, man, I do a podcast with this guy, Ian Wadley. And we were talking about the Animal Live video and how cringy I thought it was back then. And Ian worshipped that video. Worshipped it. Told me he'd come home after school every day and watch it. Now he goes back and watches it and he cringes. And I feel the same way about this. Exposed is not as cringeworthy. I will say that. Animalize Live is, and I'm talking about the uncensored version with Paul and his 501 G's shit. But anyway, I'm going to read through it. I watched it, I took notes, and here we go. All right, first off, the one good thing I like about this home video is Mark Blankfield. That guy is hilarious. He did a movie called Jekyll and Hyde Together Again that if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. He's funny in this, though. He trips, he falls, he gets cock-blocked. It's good stuff. He's funny in it. But then Paul, he goes up to the house and Paul acts with this horrible acting like he just woke up. Like, I just woke up. And he's acting like he just woke up while he's acting he lives in this mansion that he doesn't live in. In case none of you know this, they rented that mansion for this video. Paul does not live in a mansion. Well, he does now. But back then, he lived in an apartment in New York. I know, I read his book, man. And Gene didn't live with him either. I don't know what Gene was living at the time, but I know Gene wasn't living with Paul either. So he's here pretending he's awake, and he's also pretending he owns his house. And then his acting is fucking horrible. And then there is a brief, quick cameo with Eric Carr. Eric Carr is like running from some chick or something. And Mark is like, hey, Eric. And Eric is like, shh, and leaves, right? I thought that was really good that they only put Eric in the video for a couple seconds. So he doesn't have to be part of the cringe. That scene, I wouldn't say it's cringy. It wasn't funny either. It's kind of predictable. Well, this whole thing's predictable. But it was all right. There's much worse coming up. And he walks into Paul's room, and Paul's in bed with a bunch of chicks and a monkey that he calls Sonny Crockett, from Miami Vice. Pretty dated stuff, and it's not funny. All right. And also, I forgot, the videos. Who Wants to Be Lonely? Fucking, I hate that song. It's stupid. And the video's pretty stupid. And then All Night, which is, I like that song. It's a stupid song, which goes to show all of us like stuff that suck. And I even like this video where the girls' asses are synchronizing. It's good stuff, man. I dig it. All right, next. Paul is at the table and there's a chick laying on the table. And Paul thinks he's funny with his this healthy breakfast with cereal. And then with the cereal, he pours in root beer. Oh, that's so funny. And then Bruce Kulick has a cameo on here too, where he's chasing after a girl, like the opposite of Eric Carr, and then you never see him again. So they did Bruce a favor. All right. And then they go into Gene in his fake room where he's pretending to live at Paul's house. And he has all these girls with their head through the wall like a trophy hunt, type thing. And he's making the girls switch positions and change their heads and the whole. I'm like, God damn, this is. It's, you know, today that would be an offensive thing. I wouldn't be offended by the idea of it. I'm more offended by you think this is funny. It's stupid. It's just beyond stupid. Oh, I'm a rock star and I can get girls to put their heads in holes. Oh my God, is that bad? All right, then they show a clip from Rio where they do I Love It Loud, which is cool. And then Gene and Paul talk about their history. And they sing the Beatles song, I'll Be Back. And they go into the Kiss Museum, where I wonder if they put all that Kiss stuff in that dude's house they were renting. And there's an Ace Frehley doll, and they kind of goof on it a little bit. And, yeah. All right, and then after this to me is the highlight. Because at the time, I'd never seen this footage, which was them playing Deuce in Winterland, which is my favorite Kiss concert, which we all saw later on. But I didn't have this back then. I was like, whoa, this is awesome. Yeah, and also the highlight of this video, without a doubt. But it goes into some more older stuff like Strutter and Cobo Hall. That's pretty ripping. Then they do Ace Frehley solo from Australia. That's nothing to really talk about. And then they play Peter Criss doing Beth, and it's a horrible, horrible performance. It's almost like they put Ace and Peter on here to look bad. That's what I think. All right, then Gene Spits Blood. They show footage of that, which is all right. Detroit Rock City in Australia, which I think is a ripping version. And then they go poolside and, you know, lame scenes where Paul and Gene think they're funny again. And it's just really bad. So cringy. And then, what's after that? I wrote these notes here. I'm trying to read this. They play the Tears Are Falling video, which I hate that song, and the video sucks. Then Gene and Paul talk about Peter Criss a little bit, and it's cringe. The part where Gene's pretending he's talking to a little girl. Yeah, there's a scene like that. He has this girl on his lap, and he's like, "What do you want, little girl?" It's like, oh my God. All right, then they go into the Lick It Up video. Terrible song. Even a more terrible fucking video. What the hell is this video about? Post-nuclear war where they feed Kiss? I don't know. It sucks. Then they show footage of Gene and Paul talking about how they met. Now, Mark Blankfield is interviewing them, and I like when they pan to him during the interviews because he does these funny faces that make it funny. Then when they go back to Gene and Paul, and it's not funny. And Mark Blankfield later gets prick teased by this chick near the pool. They go into the video of All Hell's Breaking Loose, and again, it's kind of like a sequel to Lick It Up, but I like the song and I like the video. It's kind of like All Night. I like one thing and I hate the other, and they're both pretty much stupid. But yeah, I dig All Hell's Breaking Loose. I think it's a cool video. And then Heaven's on Fire. You know, there's a part in Heaven's on Fire that they edited out on the MTV version, and it's this scene of Gene like sticking out his tongue in front of a girl. They edited that out of the MTV version. Yeah, first time I saw that, I saw the video. I go, what the hell was that? Anyway, and then there's the scene where Eric Carr is under the table and he's like, "Feel my heat," and he looks like he hit it. I think he hit his head on the table. It looks like it. Every time I see that video, I'm like, damn, it looks like he hit his noggin. Anyway, then they go, and then Gene and Paul is back, bad-mouthing Ace and Peter that they're not team players. They threw in Vinnie Vincent. Said they all went to Kiss Heaven. Stupid. Then, the Paul exercise tape. Yeah, I'm sure some of you probably laughed at this. I laughed at it because it was so stupid. I didn't find this funny at all. The Paul Stanley exercise tape. Give me a break. Because a muscle is a terrible thing to waste. Oh boy. Then Mark asked Gene to show his tongue. he shows his tongue, and then they go into Rock and Roll Night in Australia, and they have the credits roll, and also they have the end of Black Diamond is on there too. I believe that one's from Rio, with the tank exploding and stuff, with the credits. I forgot to mention at the very beginning, I believe it's Howard Marks, one of their managers, was hit in the face with pies. I don't know. And I also forgot to mention the footage that they showed. I believe it was in Houston on the Love Gun tour. I think I had that show on video the whole time before I seen that video. I Still Your Love and Ladies Room, I think from the same show. You know, as far as his Blankfield and the classic Kiss footage, that's the best part of this video. That's it. That is my review of Kiss Exposed. So there you go, Bjorn and Greg, man. You both asked for this at the same time. Amazing. I hope you both enjoyed it. I hope everybody out there enjoyed it. Thank you so much, Bjorn and Greg. You all rule. And thank you all. And if you like to donate, I got a PayPal in the description below. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Ring that little notification bell and like the video. It's good for the YouTube algorithms. So stay frosty. Don't watch Kiss Exposed. Listen to Rock and Roll Over and smack 'em a gob.